Welcome to the Tradies in Business podcast. Join your host, Nicole Cox, as she dives into the real stories, tips, secrets, and stuff-ups from guests both inside and outside the trade world. Nick is here to help you break free from the grind, reduce money stress, and build a trade business that truly works for you. So grab a brew, put your phone on silent, and get ready to be inspired.
Hello, listeners. One of the hardest things that we ever have to do is tell our story. And I'm sharing yet another story with you today. It's a real tradie wife story this time. We've got a different perspective about business and being part of the trade. And a lot of it actually mirrors mine. And it's very, very brave of our guests to be here today. And I must admit, anytime I ask a client to come on board, they nearly always say no to start with. It's quite a scary medium for them. So if you were in the room, I would make you do a great big TIB thing and get you standing up and applauding and cheering and making a great positive noise for Miss Lauren. However, you're not in the room. So Lauren, you're just going to have to know that everybody at home is absolutely rooting for you. Lauren, thank you so much for joining us here today.
You're welcome.
Lauren, I would love for you to share with our listeners a little bit of your story because where you are now is very different to where you started out your career. So why don't you tell us a little bit about you?
It is very different to where I started. So I started in my other life. I was a gymnastics coach.
Yeah.
So I ran a club. I started when I was 19.
Wow.
Grew in the role, took on more business, running the club, admin, head coaching, blah, blah, blah. Eventually owned the club, and we sold when we immigrated to Australia.
Mm.
And we'd had our first child then as well. And I did go back to coaching, but it was very tricky with a very little one and no family support. And so kind of put that back on the back burner again until the kids were a bit older. I had a second baby. And then I was just a stay-at-home mom at that point.
Mm-hmm.
And my husband, Greg, was an electrician.
Mm-hmm.
Had an accident, which left him not able to use his right arm fully. After 2 years, it never actually recovered.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so that was another long journey. And I then got back into coaching.
Mm-hmm.
Did that for just over a year, and it just got more and more difficult with the hours with young kids. When my daughter started preg, I was hardly seeing her some days because I would be coaching sometimes until 8:30 at night.
Mm-hmm.
And so kind of realized this is not quite working out. And then I'm saying a lot.
It's okay. You say a lot.
Then
It's your thinking time. That's what's happening. You're processing.
I am. Yeah, I'm trying to fit a big story into a little space.
Yeah.
And then we were kind of at a bit of a loss. Greg had been going to therapy constantly, back to hospital, more procedures. It was a lot and very exhausting and very uncertain as to where next. And a friend said to us one day, why don't you just take a break and take a caravan and go around Australia? And we were like, maybe we should. I never grew up camping. And when Greg said to me, let's get a caravan, I said, no, that's a terrible idea. Why would I do that? I thought there was nothing worse than that. We'd been camping a few times when our kids were little, and it was exhausting.
Yeah.
My son is like a hooligan, so trying to just keep him alive was enough. And so I was like, this is no holiday. When you come home, like that was intense as well, which is a whole nother story. And you've got so much washing to do and so much organizing, and you run around all weekend and you feel like, well, now I need a holiday from my holiday.
Mm-hmm.
And so that was not my idea of fun. Anyway, I think we were so just tired and over it. And so we bought a caravan. And I said to Greg, well, I'm not looking at them unless they have a toilet and a shower and aircon, and I'm trying to make it like, well, that's impossible. And then he said, oh, let me show you the caravans nowadays. And it was like, oh, they have all those things. So,
Selling accepted.
yeah. So, anyway, we bought a caravan and we traveled around Australia. So that was like baptism of fire.
Mm.
But it's opened my eyes to a whole new world.
Mm.
It kind of gave us time to just regroup and kind of try and figure out where to from next. But it really taught us so much about each other as a family as well.
Mm.
You really are forced to look at things when you are with each other 24/7 in a little tin can.
Yes.
And so there were many points where I just thought, what have we done? Like, we did this to ourselves. We chose. And we're so far from home now that it's going to take just as long to carry on going than it is to turn back. So you had many moments like that. And then obviously many moments of this is amazing.
Yes.
Anyway, so we kind of finished that lap and we thought while we were on the lap, we would have this moment of epiphany where it will be like, this will be our new path.
Mm.
And then we finished the lap and we were like, still don't know what to do.
It's a scary time.
Yeah. And so someone said to me, oh, why don't you rent out your caravan? I was like, well, that's a dumb idea. No one does that. And they were like, no, people do. And I thought, who? And for what? Like, there's no way people do that. But then I started to hear about people renting out caravans. And I was like, okay. So I thought, oh, I don't even know where to start if I rent out a caravan. And then we heard about a platform, which is a platform we use for our bookends, which is Camplify. We went to like an information evening and I thought, may as well put it up. If it pays for the rego, that'll be fine. And then within the year, we can decide, is it worth keeping this caravan or do we just sell it? Like, where do we go from here? Anyway, so we put it up and had a hire in 2 days after listing it. And I was like, wow, I'm not ready for anyone's hire. So I didn't actually expect that. So I did like a mad run around and try to make it look a bit organized.
Yep.
And then we just like, there was just so many inquiries. And then I made a little Facebook page and I thought, well, that'll be a fun little side gig. And I thought, oh, I'll just put like a few photos up on the Facebook page and it'll be like a good little side thing while we work up what we want to do with our lives.
Yep.
And there was just so much interest. And I thought, maybe there actually is a business in here. Maybe I need to think about this a bit more seriously. So got hold of a few different people and had some conversations and kind of thought, okay, maybe I'll give this a crack. And so we came up with the name Outback to Sea because we really wanted people to have the experience that we had. So we want people to travel from the outback to the sea, essentially, and explore all of Australia and kind of have that time to just regroup, like get away from everyday life and just have that time and just let kids be kids. Like there's something so amazing about just getting away from everything and kids kind of forget about like the everyday life and all the technology and everything they're living with and they just become children again. And so that's kind of what I wanted to create. And I wanted especially, my big focus was that I wanted moms to feel held, especially because I am tired and I'm doing all the things. And I wanted moms to feel like when they step into my caravan, they can take a breath and everything just falls away and they can put their feet up and they can rest and they can just watch their kids be kids again and they can get that break and that like restoration that they need. And so that is like the backbone of everything I do.
It's probably my most favorite business story. It's such a transformation from where you were, and there's so much more to your story, Lauren, and we'll try and keep it top line. But to take a concept, something that you thoroughly enjoyed and create a business out of it, I think that's the dream. And typically in a trade business, That's exactly how it starts. We enjoy whatever trade we're in, and it grows into, I think I can do it better than the person I'm working for. And then we create an outcome. We create a business.
Yeah.
Um, the 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 thing that probably most businesses miss is that heart piece that you have behind yours. That you're trying to create an experience for the whole family, but specifically for the mums, based
Yeah.
off your life experience, and knowing that camping is such a simple way to holiday.
Yeah.
I give it a lot of shit in our client group.
Yeah.
Um, it's actually a really simple way to holiday, and as a parent, it's a
Yeah.
beautiful way to relax and experience your children
Yeah.
without
And I
pressure.
think you have to pick the right camping holiday for you.
Yes. Yes.
That's I think that makes all the difference. Like I would
My
never send you to a bush camp.
no, no chance. And my caravan needs to have been parked by somebody, and there needs to be
Yeah.
champagne on ice.
Yeah.
You know,
So I definitely think you have to match the right camping experience for it to be a good experience.
I totally agree with you. But I do actually really enjoy camping, and we had some great experiences camping with kids. It was a lot of fun and really healthy for
Mm.
them. But from a business perspective, to know that from the outset and create the business to match that expectation is pretty special. It doesn't happen very often.
Yeah.
Do you find that it comes up in conversations with clients that you are booking with? Like, are they booking and telling you that this is what they're getting away from? Or is it a bit more transactional than that and they don't really ever get to hear the heart behind it?
Oh, I definitely have spoken to people about the heart behind what I do. Um, I think it just depends on what's happening.
Mm,
Um, when people pick caravans up from us, we spend an hour with them and we do a full walkthrough. And so, depending what's happening, that conversation will come up if it's
yep.
appropriate. Some people don't care for that.
Yeah.
Um, some people if we're doing delivery and setup, we don't always see them with timings and things. But
Yeah.
yeah, definitely if if it comes up, I do share our story.
Yep.
I'm such a big believer on sharing stories.
Mm,
Like stories is what bring us together.
100% it is. I couldn't
Yeah,
agree more.
I probably tell too many stories, but anyway.
No, you don't. You're a great storyteller. Lauren, I would like to know, how would you explain your role in the business?
I don't know how to explain that. Um, I do wear most of the hats.
Mm,
Um, I'm still a big believer on delegating
mhm,
because I cannot carry it all.
mhm,
Um, but I'm also still a very big believer in still being part of your process.
mm,
So I never want to be completely hands off.
mhm,
Um, I always want to be involved, but not from a point of like micromanaging, but from a point of being able to catch the little fires or the gaps in places and being able to collaboratively with my team work out how we fix this so we
mm,
don't end up with disasters really.
mm, I think it's
Um,
important.
yeah, but I definitely wear a lot of hats and I juggle a lot. Um, and sometimes it's very tiring and very overwhelming. And I'm often learning on the spot or
Mm,
just trying to figure it out as I go.
yep.
Um, but yeah, I don't know how to sum up what I do.
We'll just call it everything.
Yeah.
You do
And
just
then
about
there's the
everything.
whole like mum side of life as well.
Yes,
So it's yeah, it is kind of juggle.
it's a lot. I think that it would be important for us to talk about how difficult it can be to step into what is normally considered a male's domain.
Yeah.
And this is probably going to get a little bit sexist, so fair warning, this is just our experiences, and I think it's important to share. Because if you're a trade business owner and you're listening to this, maybe you've participated in this without even realizing it yourself. Or maybe if you're part of a trade business as a woman, you feel the same. Like, you're not alone. We all feel very, very similar. The trade space, and I consider this to be part of the trade space, and it fringes on a few different business areas, that's for sure, Lauren. But a lot of what you're doing is very similar to any service kind of business.
Mm.
And you and I have had many a conversation about how challenging it can be to feel like we fit, to feel like we have enough knowledge to answer the questions. And I guess the answer I've always given you is, well, business is business, and this is about business stuff. And just like when you ring, the chiropractor, you don't get to speak to the chiropractor generally. You're speaking to someone out the front first as the stopgap and the directioner, if you like. And I
Yeah.
think our businesses are very much the same. I don't need to know how to build a house, or I don't need to know all of the ins and outs of the trade that is required to create my solution. I just need to know how to have a solution for the client on the end of the phone.
Yeah.
That doesn't stop that imposter syndrome. It can feel really uncomfortable, particularly in the beginning, right?
Yeah, definitely. I've really struggled to find my own voice.
Mm,
Um, and kind of knew what I wanted and what I wanted to say, but then I've always questioned myself on, well, if I'm speaking to men a lot,
mm,
like, do they want to hear my take on it? Because that's not what they need. Especially with our marketing, I've struggled to kind of work out how I come across in that space.
yeah.
And I do tend to overthink things a lot. So, um, I think it all comes from just wanting to do a good job and wanting to give the right message and reach the right people.
You can.
It's yeah, it's easier when not you don't feel as involved, or
Yeah.
if it doesn't matter too much to you. But when it
Mm,
matters a lot, it does make it, I suppose, that bit more difficult.
mm,
Um, yeah, it's been a long journey to kind of find my own confidence and trust myself and know that what I am doing, I am on the right track, and
mm,
not second guess myself so much, but rather
mm,
step into that I can run this business. I do know what I'm doing, and just like trust that I am doing the right thing.
mm.
Because
I do.
it's silly, like it's so many times I'll do something and then I think, oh, I don't think I should do that, and then I back off, and then I'm like, oh, that's what I should have been doing, and I've wasted this time because I was already on the right track before.
I think it's I don't know why we second guess ourselves. Well, I do. We kind of don't feel like we fit. But as I was sharing with you before we pressed record, when I look at our community, there is a large number of the businesses in our community that are effectively being run by the tradie wife or the wife or the partner. And the tradie's able to do what they do best, which is
Yeah,
generally for them, or what they love, maybe is a better way to put it. Most of them love being on the tools for
yeah,
at least a good part of their week, maybe not all of their week. And so I feel like, if you look from the outside in, you didn't know a lot about business, or you didn't know a lot even about the trades, it would be easy to think the only person that could run a trade business would be the tradesperson, male or female,
yeah,
doesn't matter, has to be run by the tradesperson. I don't agree. I think it's the complete opposite. I think
mm,
anybody with great systems, good structure, with a bit of knowledge and the support of a great team could run a trade business. I had a great conversation with another female trade business owner yesterday who's doing some really interesting stuff in the roofing space. And it was totally her. She doesn't have a partner in the business. She created the business on her own, outright,
yeah. Well,
completely her. And she's right.
those people amaze me.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
phenomenal. And I
yeah,
think and a big part of why I really wanted you to share your story was so that if there is a tradie out there and they're trying to balance being on the tools and they know their partner or their wife has a skill set that would be beneficial to the business, maybe this is a conversation starter. Or maybe if you're the tradie wife or partner in a typical setup and it's your man that's out there on the tools doing what he does best and you can see ways you can help, I'd really encourage you to step in and give it a go, because you
mm,
can find some amazing perspectives and a new identity in doing something different. So that's probably another thing that we talk about a lot within the community, Lauren, is um, many of the women have given up their careers to come and work inside the business. And
yeah,
some of that decision making is easy because it means we can be more flexible and be there for the children, which mirrors your experience when you were coaching. For
yeah,
gymnastics, you had to be, typically that stuff is after school hours. So you were stuck away
mm,
from your family. And so but it can also feel like a sacrifice. We kind of feel like we're walking away from the thing that was us.
yeah,
Um, and yet, overwhelmingly, every woman that's done this in our community has found themselves an amazing career that they love, and that also gives them the flexibility. And you're no
yeah,
exception to that, right?
yeah. I don't know what to say.
Oh, that's okay. I think it's really
Um,
important that the opportunity to reflect is there. You're able to be there for your children. You're able to participate in
mm.
their lives, and you're also able to run a business. Not easy.
Yeah, it's definitely has its ups and downs. And I think what's quite tricky with our business that's different to a typical tradie business
Mm.
is we can't push a job back, or we
No.
can't reschedule a job, or it doesn't matter what's happening. Like that caravan's going out.
Yeah.
Come hell or high water. I've never cancelled someone's hire, and I never will. Like,
Yep.
well, I hope to never. But I never am gonna, for whatever reason,
Yes.
like destroy someone's holiday. So sometimes it's a lot to juggle if things are happening on our side of the world. Because I don't ever want our customers to feel that. I
Mm.
don't want them to feel any stress that we carry. And obviously, as a business owner, you do carry a lot of stress.
Mm.
But I never want that to be felt on the other side.
Mm.
And so sometimes the juggle is very real.
Yes.
Just trying to, if your kids are sick or there's anything else going on, but caravans have to get out, and especially on holiday times, that can be quite a lot.
Mm.
So it's been a very big team effort. Like, our kids have been incredible with learning and understanding the importance of us showing up for work when we need, and
Mm.
just kind of working in with us where we've needed as well. And obviously, Greg is like, he's got so much incredible skills and that I could never do. That man can reverse a caravan like I've never seen. we all we still sometimes sit in the yard when he's bringing a caravan in, and we just sit there and we like, how did he park it in there?
It's
Even though we
amazing.
still see it every day. Yeah. So I think it's such there's so many layers to
Yeah.
a business owner that people don't see, and you just wouldn't unless you're in that situation. And every business owner's got different happenings that another business is not dealing with. So
Mm.
it takes a lot of collaboration from many sides and a lot of just figuring out how you're going to get through it all.
Mm. Mm.
But it's still, I wouldn't change it. I'm very lucky. Well, we are very lucky that we do have some flexibility in there,
Mhm.
and you can kind of work things. It all depends on the team you have though, as well.
Mm.
Like
Well,
we've
you're
built,
responsible for building that team, though.
yeah, we've built an amazing team now.
Mm.
But you have to keep nurturing them too, because like they're so important in your business.
Mm.
They have to be part of your own family, kind of.
Yeah, that's right. They're human.
Yeah.
They have their own life
Yeah.
experience. And what we do on a day-to-day basis kind of needs to allow for that messy life that happens for all of us to
Yeah, exactly.
oh.
Yeah. So like if anyone on my team is struggling, I'm there to carry them, and if we're struggling with things, they will step up and carry us. And it kind of needs to really be um you really have to just keep looking out for each other, especially when you're in a small business.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
There's
really
there's not
important.
a big safety net to fall back on often.
No, and you have the added complexity of none of your family being in the same country.
Yeah.
So where do you go?
That's
If the kids are sick, there's only two of you that can be there, and if they're really sick, somehow the business got to keep running. It's
yeah.
really
Yeah.
challenging.
Yeah. Yeah. It's been a very difficult thing over the years.
Mm. Yep,
Mm.
not easy at all. Lauren, I'd love you to share with us some of the tools that you use in your business. Given that your business is not the typical trade business, we've found it challenging at times to find some tools that work for you, and we've had to
Yeah.
experiment with quite a few. But maybe you can take us through some of your favorites right now.
Not the software you will use.
Yeah.
So we have such a simple setup actually. Like I've tried to implement bigger software, and I've just found like we use Google Calendar a lot.
Yep. Google
um,
Calendar's gone. I love it.
I have so many. I think we're running 25 calendars
Yep.
in the calendar. And when other people look at it, they just say, "Oh my goodness, how do you do that?" But it makes it so simple because obviously we know what's going on.
Yeah.
So we use that. We use Acuity scheduling.
Mhm.
That one's been really good for organizing when people are picking up the caravans, what time we're delivering, that kind of thing. So they book that straight into our calendar.
Mhm.
Um, Obviously, we use Camplify. That's the booking platform we use. Then everyone uses ChatGPT.
Yeah, well, I love Tradie.
So we use that for obviously just sometimes brainstorming and whatever we need there.
Yep.
And ServiceMate, we have set that up now. We've tried it in the past and kind of tried to use it out the box, and it was a little bit tricky and put it back on the back burner. But we're getting a bit more into some repairs and maintenance and going to flesh that out a bit more. So there's a few things coming up there that people don't know about. I don't
Very
even,
exciting.
yeah. So I will keep that for another day, but there's some things in the process.
Good.
And so we're working towards a little bit of a bigger model.
Yep.
And so we're starting to set up ServiceMate for that.
That's fantastic.
I think those are the main ones we use, really.
Yep.
I'm sure there's more that will help us, but that's what we are for now.
Yeah, I love it. And then in terms of getting clarity as a business owner, are there particular tools or resources that have been helpful for you in that area?
I'm such a There's a term I learned a little while ago. You're either a talk to thinker or a think to talker. So I will talk things out, and that's how I think about it, and I'll figure out, oh, this is what I need to do. Whereas Greg is the opposite. I will talk and talk and talk, and he might think, I don't know if we're doing that yet. And I'm like, oh no, we're not. I'm still just trying to work it out. But I have to talk my way through it. And so it's been really, really valuable to have a community like TIB around me, just to be like, I don't know what to do here. And somebody so quickly will come up with an answer or a suggestion or just a perspective that I'm like, oh, okay, actually, that's what I need to do. And sometimes it's so simple, but it's just my overthinking gets in the way of it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, just having people that I can quickly ask, what do I do? And I find it less overwhelming. Like if I'm in say a Facebook community group, there's so many people in there and people don't know your situation very well. So I would ask the question there and I get so many different answers that I'm just then overwhelmed by all the answers because, so to have a smaller group that knows me better and knows the situation, I find that's really, really helpful for me.
It's amazing how many people in the trade space, doesn't matter which side of the fence you're sitting on, are audible thinkers. That's what I describe what you just said, Lauren.
Yeah.
This is why Vox is so helpful, because people need to talk out where they're at. Exactly what you do. I'm the same. I need to talk it out to come to a decision.
Yeah.
Or I sit and I think and I get stuck thinking and I get polarized. I can't move.
Yeah, exactly. I just need to get it all out.
Yes.
And then it's like, oh, actually, I know what to do now.
Exactly. The answer kind of comes to you as you're talking, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love the way you use the community, and the community supports you. It is my favorite part of Tradies and Business is the community that we've built and the way that they jump in and help one another all of the time.
Yes.
Was it just yesterday I saw a chat about what our ideal careers would have been? That was really interesting, actually.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, so I think it's important to have people that understand you, and I guess that's the biggest part of any business journey is it's quite lonesome. We don't talk about our successes or our failures, particularly in this country. You know, the whole tall poppy syndrome really prevents us from being able to share our stories. And it's a bit different in the community. We all talk about it all the time, and it just kind of fits well. There's no envy, there's no jealousy, there's only support. And likewise, when you're having a bad day, and we've all had a go at this, you can come in and ask for a bit of support, and everyone's there to cheer you on and pat you on the back and get you back up and running again. It's incredible to have, that's for sure.
Yeah, it is. I'm very grateful for it.
All right, Lauren, I just know that there will be people listening to this thinking I need a holiday, and I reckon these caravans sound a bit all right. And take it from me, somebody who is not a camper, these vans I'd very happily stay in. I have seen how clean they are, how organized they are, how many checklists go into making this happen. If you want to go on a holiday, this is the lady you need to reach out to.
Yeah, there's a lot of systems in place and a lot of processes that we've worked out to try and catch everything before the van goes out, so that there's it's just so smooth and easy.
It's meant to be,
Yeah.
right? That's the whole point
Yeah.
of camping.
Yes.
If people would like to learn more about how they can rent your vans, what it looks like within your business model and where you are, Lauren, how do they find you?
Our website is www.outbacktosea.com.au. You can have a look at all our caravans there, all our photos are up. You can put your dates in and see what availability is. They can look on our socials.
Mhm.
We're fairly consistent nowadays. Otherwise, you can always email
Fabulous. We'll make sure all of
or
the
phone.
links
Yeah.
are in the show
And
notes.
I don't mind like any question. I don't mind if people call me and if
Mhm.
they think they're asking me a dumb question. It's never. I'd rather people ask me 1,000 questions and be prepared and find what they want and have a good holiday match to them.
Yeah.
Then yeah. And I was that person that was not on board with camping. So I have ironed out all the things to make it comfortable. So
It's a very luxurious way to camp, that is for
yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Lauren, I really enjoyed our chat. Thank you so much for agreeing to come and share your story with our listeners.
Thanks for having me.
It's been an absolute pleasure, and thank you for listening.
You've been listening to Tradies in Business podcast with Nicole Cox. Find out more about today's guest, tools for your trade business, and other cool stuff at tradiesinbusiness.com.au.